their Maps application, they're not saving your data and sending it to everybody. And it's one of the reasons why Apple Maps is really not as good as Google Maps.
Right.
But I use it, and that's one of the reasons why I use it. And when Apple came out recently, and there was they were doing something to block your information being sent to other places, and I forget what was the exact thing that it was.
In the new iOS, they released a thing that blocks the tracking identifiers.
That's right.
And it's not actually out yet. It's going to be out in January or February, I think someone told me. And what that's doing, that's a good example of they're putting a tax on the advertising industry. Because just by saying you can't track people individually, that takes down the value of an advertisement by like 30% or something.
Here it
This
is.
pops up when I do Safari. I get this whole privacy report thing.
Right.
It says it's like in the last 7 days, it's prevented 125 trackers from profiling me.
Right.
Yeah, and you can opt out of that if you'd like. If you're like, no, fuck that, track me.
Yep.
Yeah,
you can do that if
you
you
can
want
let
to.
them send your data, but that seems to me a much more ethical approach to be able to decide whether or not these companies get your information.
I mean, those things are great. The challenge is, imagine you get the privacy equation perfectly right.
Look at this. Apple working on its own search engine as Google ties
I
could
saw
be
this.
cut soon. I started using DuckDuckGo
Yep.
for that very reason, just because they don't do anything with it. They give you the information, but they don't take your data and do anything with it.
The challenge is, let's say we get all the privacy stuff perfectly right, and data protection and data controls and all that stuff in a system that's still based on attention and grabbing attention and harvesting and strip mining our brains. You still get maximum polarization, addiction, mental health problems, isolation, teen depression and suicide, polarization, breakdown of truth, right?
Right.
So we really focus in our work on those topics because that's the direct influence of the business model on warping society. Like, we need to name this mind warp. We think of it like the climate change of culture. That these seem like different, disconnected topics. Much like with climate change, you'd say like, okay, we've got species loss in the Amazon. We're losing insects. We've got melting glaciers. We've got ocean acidification. We've got the coral reefs, dying. These can feel like disconnected things until you have a unified model of how emissions change all of those different phenomena, right? In the social fabric, we have shortening of attention spans. We have more outrage-driven news media. We have more polarization. We have more breakdown of truth. We have more conspiracy-minded thinking. These seem like separate events and separate phenomena, but they're actually all part of this attention extraction paradigm that the company's growth, as you said, depends on extracting more of our attention, which means more polarization, more extreme material, more conspiracy thinking, and shortening attention spans. Because we also say, like, if we want to double the size of the attention economy, I want your attention, Joe, to be split into two separate streams. Like, I want you watching the TV, the tablet, and the phone at the same time, because now I've tripled the size of the amount of extractable attention that I can get for advertisers, which means that by fracking for attention and splitting you into more junk, attention that's like thinner, we can sell that as if it's real attention, like the financial crisis, where you're selling thinner and thinner financial assets as if it's real, but it's really just a junk asset.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of where we are now, where it's sort of the junk attention economy, because we can shorten attention spans and we're debasing the substrate of that makes up our society, because everything in a democracy depends on individual sense-making and meaningful choice, meaningful free will, meaningful independent views. But if that's all basically sold to the highest bidder, that debases the soil from which independent views grow, because all of us are jacked into this sort of matrix of social media manipulation, that's ruining and degrading our democracy. And that's really, there's many other things that are ruining and degrading our democracy, but that's this sort of invisible force that's upstream that affects every other thing downstream. Because if we can't agree on what's true, for example, you can't solve any problem. I think that's what you talked about in your 10-minute thing on the social dilemma I think I saw on YouTube.
Yeah. Your organization highlights all these issues in an amazing way, and it's very important. But do you have any solutions?
It's hard, right? So I just want to say that this is as complex a problem as climate change, in the sense that you need to change the business model. I think of it like we're on the fossil fuel economy and we have to switch to some kind of beyond that thing, right? Because so long as the business models of these companies depend on extracting attention, can you expect them to do something different? Like,
you can't, but how could you? Is it? I mean, there's so much money involved, and now they've accumulated so much wealth that they have an amazing amount of influence.
yeah.
You know, and
The asymmetric influence can buy lobbyists, can influence
Yes.
Congress, and
Ready to win?
I'm trying.
I'm down to go wherever you want.
Have you said your goodbyes?
Let's make a choice. Land here.
I want your heart.
Roger.
I can slice it up for a snack.
Yes. Please, champion. Get the jets. We're dropping hot. Throwing our star. We got company, people.
They're not getting back up from that.
First blood.
First blood. Oh, we got to do it again.
Oh fuck, I don't have any fucking ammo. What the hell is that shit?
Reloading. That's the last of that squad. This dimension's looking up.
I almost got fucked right now because I didn't fucking ran out of ammo. Whoa. Thank you. Motherfucker. Goddamn Mozambique, like garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. There we go.
Contact. Getting shot at. Killed an enemy. Reloading. Recharging my shields.
Let's go at the portal. They got us pinned on snipers.
Yeah, yep.
Taking a knee. Patching up.
Fucking mint. Yeah.
New kill leader? Not for long back.
Where you guys want to go?
Let's go this way. This place has seen activity. Might be something good this
Sorry
way.
about that. I got a text that was kind of important to look at there. I don't know why I picked up.
You're good.
Ooh.
So if you were a pizza cake, what topping would you be?
Oh, definitely pepperoni. I've made a pizza
Fuck.
cake.
Fuck yeah.
So the way you make a pizza cake is you get a bunch of thin crust pizzas. You cook them ahead of time, make sure they get crispy. And then you layer them, you know, preferably 4 with different flavors on each one. And then you cover that in homemade pizza dough. And cover that in sauce and cheese and pepperonis.
Makes your platform more versatile.
And there you go, you got a piece of cake.
This sounds awesome.
Because it's a piece of cake, man.
Pizza.
Wait a minute, what did I just do?
Right. Shot. Energy ammo here.
Got your ultimate.
That's for the ults, yeah.
Oh, it's an ultimate. Oh, I see. That's fucking sick. When did that start?
Speaking of that, you guys should roll my portal so that I get my
Package
challenge.
coming in. Placing a portal.
So when the fuck did that start?
The ultimate booster?
Yeah.
I think this season.
Oh, shit. I hadn't even seen it before. Why am I obsessed with throwables that I never use?
It just
Sniper
feels
stock
better
here.
having full
Level 3.
loot, you know?
Look at all these fucking throwables, and I know if I get in a fight, I'm probably not going to use them.
On the first fight that we get in, just do artillery. Just start throwing every single
Just
one.
fucking spam every fucking one I have.
Yeah.
TikTok gave me a content violation for telling someone that they're a girl, not a boy. Good old
They
controversy.
give you a violation?
Yeah, you're not allowed to speak the truth anymore on these sites because it's considered hate speech. I'm hateful if
Oh,
I...
it's liberally run. I got it.
Yeah, I'm hateful if I remind someone that they are born a girl, therefore they are a girl. They are not a man.
Attention.
Listen here,
The
people.
champion has been
We hear
eliminated.
you, okay?
Yeah.
Champion's out, huh?
Society's
Those ours for the
becoming
second
this
salute
really
here.
fucking sick, twisted version of itself.
Are you big on the TikTok, sir?
I have live status.
Oh,
I can
nice.
do the TikTok lives. I wouldn't say big though. I do try
Energy ammo
to
here.
be funny.
Gotta hop up here. Select fire.
You gotta have it, no prowler. Keeping an eye on that spot over there.
Oh, the bunker is not open. Let's do it.
Placing a portal.
The negative here is that they could like appear out of nowhere, right? And we wouldn't be able to get out.
Watch your six.
I live on danger.
Yeah, I don't care. Come get some.
I eat adrenaline for breakfast.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of
Kick ass
gum.
and eat ass.
Punching a tunnel.
Run through all these portals for me.
What did I just do?
What do you think is over here?
And then run back in.
I don't even know what I just did there.
I did not say
Good work. We're inside the next ring.
Interesting.
I think after
I need help.
one more of those, enemies will finish everything, and then I can take this seriously again.
Got a
Ooh.
replicator coming in.
Decisions here.
Triple take here.
Go for it.
Ready, set, go!
Thanks. Yeah, it's
Gotta
got
hop up
the
here.
gold stuff.
Skull piercer.
Yeah, that's
Increases
nice.
headshot damage. Love these things.
Alright, how the fuck do you get out of here again?
The zip line right here. Or portals.
Seven squads remaining.
probably underground capacitor somewhere. Other end of this mountain, there's a pretty big fight.
Yeah. They're fighting like my mom and dad used to.
But they're definitely not slapping harder than my stepdad.
Hostile spotted.
Should be slapping,
Firing.
bro.
Yes.
Reloading.
Oh, you're
Enemy
firing.
down.
Oh. Gangster. Nades ready.
Target spotted.
Fucking nades ready.
Heads up. Dropping the pain.
Reloading.
It's an OG overkill. You're gonna get him, Jeremy.
Arcstar.
Yep, you got him.
Confirmed kill.
No
Fucking
kill
A.
leader. Show off.
Making contact with enemy.
We could check out here. Dead box here.
Heard that.
Oh, he's got a purple Evo.
Warning. Ring closing.
We're inside the ring. Got the position. I need help.
Attention. The kill leader has been eliminated.
Who got them syringes, though?
What kind?
I got some up here.
Attention.
Yo. Call me Oscar Mike. Because I
Shoot,
got
give us
to
cover, give us cover. Need cover.
Watch yourself. There's another squad attacking. Fire at the side.
Oh, we got 2 squads.
I'm down.
Safety's off, folks. Enemies here.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted.
Getting this back.
3. Beginning ring countdown.
Grenade.
Un momentito.
And that was that. That's all she wrote.
Looking for my creator.
Hey, Jude, don't be afraid. Take a sad song and make it better.
Prevent things from happening. So this is why it's
And
kind
they're
of the
protecting
last moment.
themselves.
That's right. But I think we're seeing signs of real change. We have the antitrust case that was just filed against Google in Congress. We're seeing more hearings.
What was the basis of that case?
To be honest, I was actually in the middle of the Social Dilemma launch when I think that happened, and my home burned down in the recent fires in Santa Rosa, so
Oh,
I
no.
actually missed that happening.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry, that was a big thing to drop. But yeah, no, it's awful. There's so much that's been happening in the last 6
I've
weeks.
been.
that
I was evacuated 3 times where I lived in California.
oh, really?
Yeah, so it got real close to our house. Justice Department sues monopolist Google for violating antitrust laws. Department files complaint against Google to restore competition in search and search advertising markets. Okay, so it's all about search.
Yeah, this is right. This was a case that's about Google using its dominant position to privilege its own search engine in its own products and beyond, which is similar to sort of Microsoft bundling in the Internet Explorer browser. But this is all good progress, but really it misses the kind of fundamental harm of like these things are warping our society. They're warping how our minds are working, and there's no congressional action against that because it's a really hard problem to solve. I think that the reason the film for me is so important is that if I look at the growth rate of how fast Facebook has been recommending people into conspiracy groups and kind of polarizing us into separate echo chambers, which we should really break down, I think, as well for people, like exactly the mechanics of how that happens. But if you look at the growth rate of all of those harms compared to, how fast has Congress passed anything to deal with it, like basically not at all.
They seem a little bit unsophisticated in that regard. Like
It might be an understatement, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be charitable.
I want to be charitable too, and I want to make sure I call out. I mean, there's Senator Mark Warner, Blumenthal, several other senators we've talked to have been really on top of these issues and led. I think Senator Warner's white paper on how to regulate the tech platforms is one of the best. It's from 2 years ago in 2018. And Rafi Martina, his staffer, is an amazing human being. He works very hard on these issues. So there are some good folks, but when you look at the broad, like the hearing yesterday, it's mostly grandstanding to politicize the issue, right? Because you turn it into, on the right, hey, you're censoring conservatives, and on the left, it's, hey, you're not taking down enough misinformation and dealing with the hate speech and all these kinds of things.
Right.
And they're not actually dealing with how would we solve this problem. They're just trying to make a political point to win over their base.
Now, Facebook recently banned the QAnon pages, which I thought was kind of fascinating because I'm like, well, this is a weird sort of slippery slope, isn't it? Like, if you decide that it almost seemed to me like, well, we'll throw them a bone. We'll get rid of QAnon because it's so preposterous. Let's just get rid of that. But what else? Like, if you keep going down that rabbit hole, where do you draw the line? Like, where... Are you allowed to have JFK conspiracy theories? Are you allowed to have flat Earth? Are you allowed? Yeah. I guess flat Earth is not dangerous. Is that where they make the distinction?
Yeah. So I think their policy is evolving in the direction of when things are causing offline harm, when online content is known to precede offline harm, that's when that's the standard by which platforms are acting.
What offline harm has been caused by the QAnon stuff? Do you know?
There's several incidents. We interviewed a guy on our podcast about it. There's some armed at gunpoint type things. I can't remember. And there's things that are priming people to be violent, I just want to say these are really tricky topics, right? I think what I want to make sure we get to, though, is that there are many people manipulating the groupthink that can happen in these echo chambers. Because once you're in one of these things, like I studied cults earlier in my career, and the power of cults is like they're a vertically integrated persuasion stack because they control your social relationships. They control who you're hearing from and who you're not hearing from. They give you meaning, purpose, and belonging. They have a custom language. They have an internal way of referring to things. And social media allows you to create this sort of decentralized cult factory where it's easier to grab people into an echo chamber where they only hear from other people's views. And Facebook, I think, even just recently announced that they're going to be promoting more of the Facebook group content into feeds, which means that they're actually going to make it easier for that kind of manipulation to happen.
But did they make the distinction between group content and conspiracy groups? Like, when does group content, when does it cross a line?
I don't know. I mean, the policy teams that work on this are coming up with their own standards, so I'm not familiar with it. If you think about how hard it is to come up with a law at the federal level that all states will agree to, then you imagine Facebook trying to come up with a policy that will be universal to all the countries that are running Facebook, right?
Well, then you imagine how you take a company that never thought they were going to be in the position to do that.
Correct.
And then within a decade, they become the most prominent source of news and information on the planet Earth.
Correct.
And now they have to regulate it.
And I actually believe Zuckerberg when he says, I don't want to make these decisions. I shouldn't be in this role where my beliefs decide the whole world's views.
Right.
He genuinely believes that.
Yeah.
And to be charitable to that. But the problem is he created a situation where he is now in that position. I mean, he got there very quickly, and they did it aggressively when they went into countries like Myanmar, Ethiopia, all throughout the African continent, where they gave, do you know about Free Basics?
No.
So this is the program that I think has gotten something like 700 million accounts onto Facebook, where they do a deal with like a telecommunications provider, like their version of AT&T in Myanmar or something. So when you get your smartphone,
Facebook's built in.
Facebook's built in.
Yes, I do know about that.
And there's a asymmetry of access where it's free to access Facebook, but it costs money to do the other things. So for the data plan. So you get a free Facebook account. Facebook is the internet, basically, because it's the free thing you can do on your phone. And then we know that there's fake information that's being spread there.
So the data doesn't apply to Facebook use?
Yeah, I think like the cost, like how we pay for data here, I think you don't pay for Facebook, but you do pay for all the other things, which creates an asymmetry where of course you're going to use Facebook for most things.
Right. So you have Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. And
video
WhatsApp.
calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. WhatsApp.
I don't know exactly with video because different levels
Facebook
of
has video calls as well,
In
right?
general, they do. Yeah, I just don't know how that works in the developing world. But there's a joke within Facebook. Where, I mean, this has caused genocides, right? So in Myanmar, which is in the film, the Rohingya Muslim minority group, many Rohingya were persecuted and murdered because of fake information spread by the government on Facebook using their asymmetric knowledge with fake accounts. I mean, even just a couple weeks ago, Facebook took down a network of, I think, several 100,000 fake accounts in Myanmar. And they didn't even have at the time more than something like 4 or 5 people in their extended Facebook network who even spoke the language of that country.
Oh, God.
So when you realize that this is like I think of like the Iraq War Colin Powell Pottery Barn rule, where like, you know, if you go in and you break it, then you are responsible for fixing it. This is Facebook actively doing deals to go into Ethiopia, to go into Myanmar, to go into the Philippines or whatever, and providing these solutions. And then it breaks the society, and they're now in a position where they have to fix it. There's actually a joke within Facebook that if you want to know which countries will be quote unquote at risk in 2 years from now, look at which ones have Facebook free basics.
Jesus.
Hang on.
And
That's
then
terrifying that they do that, and they don't have very many people that even speak the language, so there's no way they're going to be able to filter it.
That's right. And so now, if you take it back, I know we were talking outside about the congressional hearing and Jack Dorsey and the questions from the senator about, are you taking down the content from the Ayatollahs or from the Chinese Xinjiang province about the Uyghurs? You know, when there's sort of speech that leads to offline violence in these other countries. The issue is that these platforms are managing the information commons for countries they don't even speak the language of.
Right.
And if you think the conspiracy theory sort of dark corners, crazy town of the English internet are bad, and we've already taken out like hundreds of whack-a-mole sticks, and they've hired hundreds of policy people and hundreds of engineers to deal with that problem. You go to a country like Ethiopia, where there's something like 90-something dialects, I think, in the country, and 6 major languages, where one of them is the dominant Facebook sort of language, and then the others get persecuted because they actually don't have a voice on the platform. This is really important that the people in Myanmar who got persecuted and murdered didn't have to be on Facebook for the fake information spread about them to impact them, for people to go after them, right? So this is the whole, I can assert something about this minority group. That minority group isn't on Facebook. But if it manipulates the dominant culture to go, we have to go kill.
What the fuck you say?
What you say, bro?
You fucking suck, dude. What the fuck were you doing, jerking off in the corner?
Reloading. I downed an
Yeah,
enemy.
it kinda was. A little bit.
Fucking loser. Learn how to fucking play the game. Be present.
We'll see who gets no kills, though.
It doesn't matter. Be present. Learn how to play the fucking game. Don't wait till the fucking end to jump. Don't be retarded. You know, these are all simple things.
My eyes are
Your eyes are what?
My eyes aren't glued to my screen like you.
Grenade.
Neither are mine, but I'm able to fucking tell when I'm about to load in. Unlike you, clearly.
That's awesome, dude.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Oh, look.
I downed an enemy. Recharging
Oh,
my
look,
shield.
what? I downed someone?
Oh, you're getting attacked.
Something that you ain't doing.
You're off by yourself over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill them all. Watch me, dog.
You ain't gonna kill them all, bro. You're
You
gonna
dead.
die. You're gonna die like the basura blanca that you are.
45 seconds.
Taking damage. Firing. I made the right choice. They didn't.
Look who's over there not getting any kills.
Reloading.
Look at you not getting anything.
Man, I didn't know that this game was about getting kills. I thought it was about getting Battle Royale. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's about Battle Royale. Making it to the very end and surviving and being the last fucking team standing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's about. It's not about racking up kills. Kills happen while you're playing.
I mean, you can camp in a little.
Kills happen while you're being strategic. Kills happen while you're being strategic. You want to run and gun, then go. You want to run and gun, then go play a fucking. You want to run and gun, go play a run and gun game like, you know, Warzone or something.
Running gun, that's a BR too. You just said the point in BRs is the win. You're contradicting yourself here, dude.
Yeah, it's not a run and gun game.
Warzone isn't a running gun
No,
game.
this
But
is
you just
not
said
a
it
running
was,
gun
what?
game. Warzone is a running gun game.
I'm running and gunning people right now. What do you mean, bro?
No, you're not. You killed one guy. Calm your shit.
I actually killed 3, bro. What's
No, you
talking?
didn't. You killed one.
Care package being delivered.
Alright.
Opening
Scoreboard
fire.
lag, you know.
Care package coming in.
Now you
Enemy
killed
down.
3. Keep acting like you something. Kind of hard to
They
win the
spotted
game
me.
when there's
I'm
only
taking
one
Look,
of you,
another
huh?
team
Another enemy
down.
down. I made the right choice.
Attention. There is a
Enemy
new
taking
kill leader.
Reloading. Killed an enemy. Oh, I'm your new kill leader. Need
What
to
you
recharge
talking
my
about?
shield.
That's your wolf.
Bro, get a mic or a fucking internet connection that works. I can't hear you. You keep cutting out. Probably your whack ass.
That was the
internet
last one.
connection.
Nice work.
You're so good. Why are you bronze?
Bronze, because I actually played rank for it with blue right now.
Oh, okay. Excuses, excuses. I mean, if I had aimbot, I'm sure I could do what you're doing too.
But you got the aim wrong. Of course you do.
Yeah, because you got aimbot.
Oh, it's easy. Oh, I agree. Give me a big one now. Yeah,
No, I'm not dumb. Clearly, you have fucking aimbot.
I had aimbot because I killed 6 people by myself while you're sitting in a little corner doing nothing.
Clearly have
Yeah.
aimbot, dude. I've already reported you.
You recorded me, but you haven't spectated me. You're making perfect sense.
I said I already reported you.
Oh, stop. Game with me.
You are clearly aimbotting.
Clearly aimbotting. When? When was you spectating?
Got an Evo shield here. Level 2.
Why you so quiet, bro?
You should quit cheating, dude.
Yeah, I could use that. Ah, scratch that.
Optics here. Mid-range.
So when are you gonna get 1 damage, dude?
I don't need to.
You don't need to.
No. No one has come within my line of sight to shoot, so I don't need to.
You know, I'm gonna follow you, bro. I'm gonna see how you see your cool moves, dude. Looking for people out of zone, I like it, bro.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
You've only been looking at a zone for 10 minutes. I think no one's gonna pop up. I think they would have at least been in our line of sight. We can see pretty far here. Yeah, we should probably move on.
Replicators on the way, amigos.
Yeah, take your gun away. I like it. Make you run faster.
Let's go over here.
Oh, I like this. Love, yo.
Opening fire.
Alright, we might be friends after this.
Reloading. Enemy.
Grenade out! from that.
Whole squad's down. We made
Finished
the right
off your
choices.
leftovers.
Finished all my leftovers. I killed them all. What do you mean?
That's what I said. I finished off your leftovers.
Oh, you finished a down player.
Yes.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I really hope.
Oh, you know, just doing what I can to help.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
One more minute, amigo. Ring's right there. So close. So close.
What you trying to do, bro? I can probably give you some advice.
How long you been playing this game?
I've been playing this game
Ring's not
since
too
season
far.
1.
45 left.
First day it came out.
Beta, baby.
Yes, sir.
Not on this character, though. Still trying to get used to the whole fucking keyboard mouse thing, but...
Yeah. So are we best friends now? Want to make out or something?
I prefer lesbians.
Lesbians, I like that. I feel the same.
Havoc here.
Lesbians do be different.
They should be hitting.
Well, it depends on what. I mean, there's some weird lesbians out there, but...
Already inside.
And you never know if they're a guy or not. Like, seriously, bro.
Let's go finish off whatever's going on over there.
Care package.
Yeah, it's like World War II over here.
It's go time!
Care package coming in. Firing. Enemy down. Reloading. Opening fire. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Reloading. Setting a portal.
Ring countdown.
We're about to get hit with an EMP. Portal placed. Reloading.
Yo, replicators coming in for a landing.
That's the last of that squad. This dimension's looking up. Firing. Reloading.
Who the fuck are you shooting at?
There's a guy up in the rock.
Getting shot at. Enemy down. Reloading. Need to recharge my shields.
That's what you're doing, I think. By the way, you should move all
Hey, we got bad guys over there.
Getting shot at. Recharging my shields.
Ring's right there. So close. So close.
Whole squad's down. We made the right choices.
Don't slow down now. Only 2 other squads left. Reloading.
45 seconds. Rings close.
Go faster!
Spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Opening fire. Need to recharge my shields.
Enemy down.
10 till
Enemy down.
reloading.
That was the last one. Nice work.
Final 2. That's how we do.
Reloading. Making progress.
Rings closing.
Recharging my shields.
Oh, care package.
Fuck.
Opening fire.
are the Apex Champions.
Fucking ridiculous.
Kill them, then they can go do it. And the same thing has happened, in India, where there's videos uploaded about, hey, those Muslims, I think they're called flesh killings, where they'll say that these Muslims killed this cow, and in is it Hinduism? The cows are sacred. Did I get that right? Anyway,
I believe you did.
Yeah. They will post those. They'll go viral on WhatsApp and say, we have to go lynch those Muslims because they killed the sacred cows. And they went from something like 5 of those happening per year to now hundreds of those happening per year because of fake news being spread, again, on Facebook about them, on WhatsApp about them. And again, they don't have to be on the platform for this to happen to them, right? So this is critical that, imagine you and I let's imagine all of your listeners, I don't even know how many you have, like tens of millions, right? And we all listen to this conversation. We say, we don't want to even use Facebook and Twitter or YouTube. We all still, if you live in the US, still live in a country that everyone else will vote based on everything that they're seeing on these platforms. If you zoom out to the global context, all of us, we don't use Facebook in Brazil, but if Brazil, which was heavily, the last election was skewed by Facebook and WhatsApp, where something like 87% of people saw at least one of the major fake news stories about Bolsonaro, and he got elected, and you have people in Brazil chanting, Facebook, Facebook, when he wins, and then he sets a new policy to wipe out the Amazon. All of us don't have to be on Facebook to be affected by a leader that wipes out the Amazon and accelerates climate change timelines because of those interconnected effects. So, we at the Center for Humane Technology are looking at this from a global perspective, where it's not just the US election. Facebook manages something like 80 elections per year. And if you think that they're doing all the monitoring that they are for, English-speaking American election, most privileged society, now look at the hundreds of other countries that they're operating in. Do you think that they're devoting the same resources to the other countries?
This is so crazy. It's like, is that you, Jamie? What's that weird noise? You hear like a squeaky?
I heard it too.
Yeah.
Maybe it was me.
I don't think it is. Just might be feedback. There it is.
It might be me.
Is it?
Breathing. I don't know.
You have asthma?
I think I had an allergy coming
Oh.
in, but yeah.
I was like,
Making some noises.
What's terrifying is that we're talking about from 2012 to 2020, YouTube implementing this program, and then what is even the birth of Facebook? What is that, like 2002 or 3? Like
2004.
2004. This is such a short timeline, and having these massive worldwide implications from the use of these things. When you look at the future, do you look at this like a runaway train that's headed towards a cliff?
Yeah, I think right now, this thing is a Frankenstein that it's not like, even if Facebook is aware of all these problems, they don't have the staff unless they hired like hundreds of thousands of people, definitely, minimum, to try to address all these problems. But the paradox we're in is that the very premise of these services is to rely on automation. Like, it used to be, we had editors and journalists, or at least editors or people who edited even what went on television, saying what is credible, what is true. Like, you sat here with with Alex Jones even yesterday, and you're
I love this part. We can check out here.
Attention. First blood.
First blood. You can't handle the heat. Stay out of the fire pit.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Say one. We're all inside this ring.
Faster, go, faster!
Attention. Kill leader.
New kill leader. Not for long, pal.
Hey,
Standard stock here. Level 2.
I already got one.
Faster, faster, faster!
And the hopper. Girl, be a sap.
Check.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Attention. The kill leader has been eliminated.
I'm just coming down off a little shroom trip, and I feel a little bit more focused, I guess you could say.
Shrooms? I've never done shrooms. So I couldn't tell you what kind of high to
New
get here.
kill leader appointed.
It's like a weird
Go on,
sense
watch
of
out.
clarity, I guess you could say.
Is it an upper or a downer? Is it like an acid
No,
trip?
it doesn't really work like that. I guess you could call it an upper because it does feel more like a stimulant as far as it's exciting. It's exciting, but it's not a stimulant in what it does to your body. It really more works on your brain than your actual body. You know what I mean?
R301 here.
So maybe your brain gets that stimulant, feel from it, but the acid, the shrooms don't do that to you.
Let's put up something good here.
It's just your brain being like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy.
This way sound good? Got a full OT.
And I did the shrooms while we were eating a head of cow. Oh, there's peeps in there.
Warning.
Yeah, no.
Movement in progress.
And they just poke their fucking
They're on
head
the
out.
side of things.
There's one, mates. Reloading. Smaller, BNP coming in.
But I'm not inside.
Some damage over here.
Star.
Looking around.
Down. This way. Let's go. Contact with target.
They're right here.
Contact with hostile.
Down.
Down, down.
Being delivered.
Down, down.
Yeah, two on the side.
Yo, we should check out the care
On the
package.
buddies.
Reloading.
By yourself.
Team of
You want to answer the
three.
potion? Yeah.
Yo, what's up, peeps? Thanks for watching. I know you can't hear the people and all that, but it would be really annoying to the mic to hear the game and the people and the,
Alright.
But yeah, so there's people that microdose shrooms all the time. And when you do small doses, it doesn't do anything. When you increase your dose, you start to get a body high that gives you like a almost not electric, but just like waves of sensation through you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is more pronounced. So if you go from like a warm room to a cold room, it feels more pronounced that you did that. If somebody touches your hand, you feel it more pronounced. And then eventually the body kind of levels out and you start to get the visuals. And visuals usually, at least to me, are just waviness. I don't really see much of anything else other than waviness. Swirliness maybe. So like if you're looking at a popcorn ceiling, the popcorn ceiling will get wavy and swirly and whatnot. Other people experience different types of visuals. Some of them, I hesitate to give credence to the people that say, oh yeah, I saw the guy's face melt and turn into a monster, and that just to me is people trying to, at least it seems, it's people trying to really overplay their experience, right? But it definitely does kind of distort reality a bit, and I noticed that everything again is more pronounced. So greens are greener, blues are blue, or reds are redder. You know, it's just a more pronounced feeling. And then with some people, mental clarity is enhanced. I don't really get a huge enhancement of mental clarity, but maybe after, once I'm coming, like now, it's been 6 hours since I've taken it.
Live today, die tomorrow.
So I'm down by now. But it's still kind of, I don't know, everything has a slight edge to it. My favorite psychedelic though is DMT.
I've heard a lot about that.
I want to go back. That's why I don't do it. It's been a while since I've done it. I want to go see the machine elves, or whatever the fuck they are.
Looks fun over there.
Either that or
supply ship over there.
Hey, maybe you should take off that costume, bro.
Let's get messy.
I don't know why it won't let me use my catch me if you can thing.
Woohoo! We kick ass!
I'll see you guys inside. Anybody drop in with you?
I didn't see anybody.
Very good.
Right. Now this is what I'm talking
See
about.
any sniper stuff, I could use it.
Attention,
Heard.
Round one. Beginning ring countdown.
Stay out of the fire pit.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 1.
I'm checking that side.
I'm going out the back out the portal.
Heard.
Ooh. And I found a 4.8 scope. There's a nice stabilizer.
Pick it up one.
Yeah. Checking the secondary room here. More ammo, thank you. I see a blue shield over here.
Keep eyes on the new kill leader.
There's a sniper ammo in here.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Got an extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
Oh,
Dibs.
I am coming, my friend. I am coming. That's what she said. But I have to say, the best thing to me about shrooms is the way the body moves. It's not as fast as that. It's more just slow waves of pleasure, I guess. I don't know. Pleasure, but it feels nice.
Gotta hop up here. Select fire.
What is this new hop up for the Havoc?
Mid-range.
I don't know.
I see the slot, but I don't know what it is.
I think still the triple charger.
Oh, that makes me mad. I just saw a... I thought I picked up a sniper scope. But
I have a 2x4 now, the building.
Could have something good here.
I know I saw one.
Hostile spotted.
That'll work for now.
Opening fire on the enemy.
Oh, shit.
Zipline deployed.
He's going in.
Contact with hostile.
Right behind him. Up.
In progress.
Not seeing anybody over there. There they are. Well, they saw me.
Some progress shooting at me. I got me.
They're shooting at me. I'm down. Got trouble. You don't look so good.
Well, that was a pretty fucking fail of me. So close. Yeah, so close. I feel like YouTube is shadow banning me.
How so?
I don't know. You know, maybe it's because it's fucking 1 in the morning and people aren't playing or aren't online right now, but I've had 0 viewers so far. Usually I at least have 1, maybe 2. But 0. And the other... Like, my other reasoning is that, like, all of my older videos are stalled on views. Like, they're not increasing at all. And usually, my non-political, non-gaming political videos get more streams. At least 2 or 3 a week, you know, at the very minimum. But, alright, who the fuck did I piss off? Mad because I'm talking about COVID and...
This is your champion.
The world just hates you because you're not politics.
I'm the jump master. Wish you go without saying.
Man, big deal with the multiple steel.
No Terre Plus Ultra!
With the melting point of steel.
Well, it's not melting, it would just be the softening point of steel. It's still softening enough. But, that doesn't make any difference when you're talking about the thermodynamics and physics of the collapse of the building. And the whole pulverization of the material, what happened on that site. There's just too much of it for it to be normal and you know. Buildings don't just fall into their own footprint.
First blood.
From their top.
First fatality. Let the game begin.
Countdown.
Ooh, Hemlock G7. Start off with the game.
Rocking
Doing
a
the
long
Extended
bow.
my magazine here. Level 2. Ammo up.
Yep, game Guess what, son? You're doing the long game today. Better find some accessories.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. If they're getting cocky, they're getting sloppy. Target over there. Putting lead down range. Oscar Mike.
Get
Spotted. Smoke out. Pop and smoke. Taking fire. Reloading. Down to target.
I am taking fire, friends. Reloading.
Why I not see who you shoot?
Incoming frag.
Reloading.
Down to
That was the last of that squad.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Banging.
Give me a second. Recharging shields.
Good job, everybody.
I just provided backup.
Give my
support,
shields a
but-
recharge.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Healing. Watch my back.
I am repairing myself.
Healing. Watch my back. Rings nearby. 1 minute till close.
Rings out of the way. You guys zip line up.
Yeah.
45 seconds till ring close, amigos. Don't let me carry you.
Or we could third party this party to our right. And just gatekeep them.
It's go time! Only 30 seconds left on the clock. The ring's close.
Just do it to it, baby.
Okay, 10 seconds till ring close. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Did they try to take off the other way?
I got no visual. This area hasn't been hit yet. It's probably in front of us by a church tower.
I can see that the ring's moving on the map.
What do you want to do?
I'll go around the other way. Get a better view of it.
Faster, faster, faster!
Nope, church tower hasn't even been
Oh,
hit.
I see blue.
No, we got high ground over here.
Care package touching down. They usually carry rare platforms.
I do not have a helmet yet. What's going on?
Oh my god, the mic. I'm getting feedback on your end, man.
Mine?
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming from you.
Scratchiness? What is it?
Sounds like static.
Okay, hold on.
Got sniper shots to my right. They're on top of this building right here.
How's that? How's that? Better? Still got static?
And they're shooting at somebody down there. There's a wraith devil right there.
This way.
Still got static or no? Can you guys even hear me?
Oh, I'm watching it.
Direct hit.
Go up the shield.
Direct hit. Reloading.
Knocked him.
Enemy
Just
down.
popping shots, motherfucker. Just popping shots.
Got them.
I'm getting in closer.
I'll join you in a second. Up. And let's go.
They're on the replicator. Inside
Someone's
this
been
building.
there.
They're resin. Throwing EMP. Hold on, wait up.
Get ready. It's zipline time. Fire, friends. Reloading.
Knocked him.
Enemy down. Keep eyes on the new kill leader.
Yeah.
Ambush, ambush, there's more.
Oh, motherfucker. Really?
Smoke out.
He's right in here.
Knocking at the door.
Right here. He's healing herself.
I'm coming. I'm
Got
I'm
purple.
stealing.
Shields of recharge. Taking a knee.
Recharging shield.
No, wait, give me a second.
It's not Ashley.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Do what you can, sir. Do what you can.
Give my shields a recharge.
Working on it, working on it. Slow down here, man.
Viewer on TikTok. How are
Hey,
you?
slow down here, we got you. Come outside.
She's right here. She's right here.
Heads up, we're not alone. I'm taking fire, friends.
Ah! Down.
What's right down range?
Round 2.
Help me up, quick. I'm about to die.
I got you, friend.
Fuck, I got no ammo but health.
Give me a sec. Recharge your shield.
This is taking too long.
Oh, fuck.
I actually got hit. The enemies are shooting at me.
Right down range. I'm down.
Here they come.
Fire, friends.
There you go, bud.
Enemy taken.
Damn.
Ow.
So close. Rough times. Hey, Gary. Welcome to the party. Hope you're doing good. Happy Halloween. Oh, rank 3. Level 49 even. I will take it. But I'm only tier 5 of 10. That's fine. 2,600 legend tokens. I need another 10,000 to get the next character. Which is gonna be Caustic. I feel like he is the most usable. Ready up, bud?
Yeah, just one time. Just equipping
Okay,
my new
no problem.
badge.
No problem.
Got my long
Emily
shot badge.
Caitlin, how's it going? Welcome. Give me a follow, give me a like, please. Help me spread the gaming session here. Make sure all this spurging out I'm doing isn't for naught. Free.
Let's have fun, friend.
Hello, friend.
I can't wait to get down there and do a job.
All aboard the Ox train.
Scootin' and lootin', mi amigos.
Scootin' and lootin', amigo.
You like how I predicted that one?
Introducing your champion.
Alright, man.
Azalum. Oh, he's
I'm the jump master.
Wow.
Where are you?
I love this part.
We are going right for the...
Let's go with
And we got others.
Reloading. No good, brother. Hunted down.
firing.
Firing.
Kill.
I'm taking
Bro,
fire,
kill.
friends. First one here, salute. I am down.
Ah!
You really messed up. But what do I know? I'm just a genius.
That was a really bad start. I saw that going somewhere else than it did. Hot starts are like that though, man. You throw yourself into a hot mess sometimes. Fucking +0 RP on that bitch.
No, sir. Was not positive one bit.
God damn it, why is this cigar fucking burning weird?
We were late though, so
Cigars are not supposed to run. This is not a joint. They wrapped it weird, I'm assuming. Yeah, I got kind of hooked on cigars. Quit smoking weed. So what I'm looking at here, just so my viewers are aware, is weird, is Pizzagate never died. Epstein and Hunter Biden were friends. Hunter Biden has a Finger Lakes tattoo on his back of the Finger Lakes of New York, which is an area that apparently he was fond of. And then if you look at the area that they call the Chosen Spot or the Chosen Town, areas just outside of it have very odd looking heat activity. Old depots. It's a very interesting place.
Those are what civvies use in their hair. This is called a magazine?
Can't stop, won't stop. You and me, friend.
Introducing your champion.
Do not trust what you think you know. 멍청한 짓을 하지 마.
All right, my brother.
Mark
Damn,
it.
Tabas ain't even playing. It's like, we going now. Like right now. Oh, I love this one, yeah. That's fine. Is that what that shit is? Oh, you gotta be funny.
Attention. First blood.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Let me know if you see a select fire.
I'm looking for one myself.
Round one.
Ah,
Beginning ring countdown.
We're already in the ring.
So I will let you know when I find one. And we'll use
an
it.
extra one.
New kill leader
got here?
appointed.
Extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
New kill leader.
You one of
Call
them
him if you
guys?
spot him. I'm in the channel.
Is that an accidental pop, or were you?
Yeah,
I think she had a premature.
It happens. Premature smokulation.
That sounds like a whole lot of fuck shit going out there, man.
I'm coming right over here.
What do you think is over here? Sniper stock here. Level 1. Sniper stock here. Level 2. Optics here. Sniper.
Like, talk about games like Guess What You Should Play. In
Huh.
fact, let me know if you see a sniper.
Heard. Need a backpack. That's what I need. I'm going to the ship.
Backpack.
I sure do.
Backpack here. Level 1.
Hey.
I need it.
Hey. Oh.
No, never mind. I don't need it no more.
Cancel that.
Come on, where's the sniper at? Don't be fucking with the goddamn bunch of
Sure,
sniper
split
shit,
up.
and then don't
Let's
give me
hurry
the
up and
sniper
regroup.
rifle, okay?
Optics here. Sniper.
Always better than iron sights.
Already got one. But I don't have a sniper rifle to go with it.
No, sir. Gotta find one.
That's how that game works, you know? Likes to play with you. Ooh, I just saw something in there that I want.
I'm working my way to the gentleman now.
Oh, very nice. What I like. Oh, guess what I found? Ah, I got it first.
You get select fire? Well,
Yeah.
I right now.
Guess I'll run in
I
circles
got me
for
a
fun.
Spitfire now, so I don't need it.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I got one. I'm not gloating, but I'm glouting. If you see an extended sniper mag, let me know. I thought I saw a level 3 back where we started at, but I don't remember.
He did see a level 3. I picked it up and I'm currently using it.
There you go.
I'm using the extract type scope.
Care package incoming. Let's get to the LZ.
Alright guys, where you guys want to go?
To hell.
Ooh,
Whoa.
that was on my ass. I'm getting high ground on these bitches. They're up with me.
Oh, dropping.
Take fire!
The enemies are shooting at me.
They got me. I'm down.
Just you and me.
Shields. Ah.
Gonna need to work a bit hard.
I had shields. Alright, I'm at 1 hour and 20. Let's do one more, man. Let's see if we can make this last one win. My first game of the night was a win. Isn't that always how that fucking works? Oops. My first game of the night was a win. Let's see if we can get one here in my last game of the night. Ooh, what'd we get? What'd we get, baby? What'd we get? Ooh, that's a nice skin. Very nice. Yeah, the crafting metals was a bad afterthought. Ooh, ooh. Legendary. What are you legendary? Of course, it's the lion's roar for the fucking Mozambique. Like anybody gives a fuck about the Mozambique. What do you get? I don't even have Rampart. Si, senor. Mozambique. Hate that gun. Never do. What the hell happened? It just said 50 players in queue and now it says 26.
Happened with you, Dan. Another match.
That's annoying. Oh, I do have Rampart, apparently. That was the first one I got. Is it just me, or does Rampart seem like she'd be a bitch in real life? Let's see. Library scene. Yeah, that's where I saw that. Interesting shit. What is vote? How am I not a member of vote yet? Oh.
Somebody remembers me? What?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, they had.
I am Bodas.
Wanna fly, compadre? Let's fly.
Smells like victory.
We will defeat all
Let's
of our
fucking
enemies.
go.
This is your champion.
Hold your breath. Let's go this way.
Drop, shock, and rock! I'm going over there.
Got company. Sure got company.
I see him.
Get out of the ship.
Frag out.
Oh, it's pushing back, man.
Oh, he got me.
No bueno.
He may kill me.
Try to punch him to death. Didn't exactly work.
Hop in the chimney.
Alright, man. Have a good night. It was fun playing with you. Stream. Thank you so much for hanging out.